right, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about Mrs. Doubtfire.
Okay.
I mean, you had to disguise Robin Williams completely. How was that? How did you go about making that work?
Well, first of all, that makeup was designed by Greg Canham, who's absolutely amazing artist as well. If you're not familiar with his work, he also did a lot of other amazing films like Bram Stoker's Dracula, which was, he won an Oscar for that. In fact, he won that year, just a quick little story. Greg and I were both up for Oscars that year. We were up together for the film Hoffa, and he was up for Bram Stoker's Dracula. I was also up for Batman Returns that year and Hoffa. So Greg and I were on a bill together, and then I was on a bill with somebody else, and he was on a bill with somebody else. Well, everybody knew that Dracula was going to win. So my favorite story is because now I can say I was the other two losers that year. But anyway, so that makeup was designed by Greg, and Greg had really not done an old age makeup on a woman, and he kept thinking it was going to be like an old age makeup on a man, and he couldn't get that out of his head, you know. So the first time we did the makeup together, I looked at him, I said, no, I said, Greg, I said, this isn't going to work. He looks like a fat old man, you know, with liver spots all over him. This isn't going to work. He looks like an old man in drag or something. And I said, I tell you what, I said, why don't you go home and, you know, I'm going to be applying the makeup. Let me do the next test by myself and I'll figure it out. So the next test we did, I changed the whole makeup. I didn't put any liver spots on him. I said, this has got to look like a guy. You have to think about it. It's a guy who's making himself up in a mask to look like an old lady. So he had to look like an old lady wearing makeup. So he doesn't need to have liver spots. An old lady's going to cover all that stuff up. Look at me. So you have to cover all that stuff up, and you know, I wanted him to look sweet. He had to look lovable. He had to look, you know, charming. So he had a little eye makeup on, some mascara, you know, some lipstick, and of course we gave him teeth to change that because that really changes somebody's look, and you know, blush and made him look sweet. So that's kind of how that all came about.
Now, to me, the actor, the first person they see in the morning is you, the makeup artist. So you have to make them very comfortable. They got to perform. Yeah. Well, let's take Robin for this. What would you do to make him comfortable to, you know, so he could prepare to perform in that role? Well,
Robin, as you all would probably remember if you ever saw Robin in anything, he's very buoyant. So I thought, damn, how am I going to get this guy to sit still for 2.5, 3, 4 hours, however long it takes to get him ready? The first time we did the makeup, it was 4 hours. And I said, this is never going to fly. We got to get him out of here faster than that. But that was with, you know, the wig and, you know, the whole rigmarole. And so I said, okay. So I thought, all right, I'm going to see what I can get away with. Like, how many different colors can I cut out? Because that'll be another 10-minute pass. So I got the makeup down finally to about 2 hours. With an assistant, and we got him in and out of the trailer in a little over 2 hours with this wig, you know, and then he had his wig put on, which was pretty much just popped it on, stuck it down around the edges, and away he went. And then we could do any final tweaking on the set. But I did that makeup on him 54 times. So I had it down pretty good. I even did it like in an hour and 45 minutes one time, and I did it by myself in an hour and 45 minutes. So it was, you know, it's kind of like a machine after a while, you know, you just kind of like, oh yeah, here we go, you know.